Hello. Sorry, starting a little late. Welcome to 15 Minutes of Fame. My name is Robert Boise. I am the director of 15 Minutes of Fame. What 15 Minutes of Fame is 15 one-minute works that are written for and presented by a specific musician. And this case, it's cellist Frantisek Brikcius. And he is a fabulous musician, of which we got a huge amount of scores for this call, almost 200, in fact. And he reviewed them all, and we're going to be presenting 15 for you in this performance. So each piece is about 1 minute long, and we present these 15 for you. Without further, and after the show, well, we'll try to have a little roundtable discussion with a couple of the composers that have joined us, and just have some fun. Thank you for joining us. If you have any questions or comments and so forth, feel free to put them in your chat, and we look forward to hearing from you. Meanwhile, here's the show.
Hello, my name's Billie Reason. I'm 17 years old, and I'm a composer, a cellist, and a pianist from the United Kingdom. I've been composing for about 10 years now, and I've been studying composition under Simon Spear for 2 years at the Royal College of Music's Junior Department. This piece I really enjoyed writing. It's called The Enchanted Cavern, and I had a very vivid image in my head as I was composing it. And that image is of a mystical cave deep underground that's been carved out by a lake. And in the water of the lake, there's a strange blue glow. I'd like to ask that you picture that in your head as you listen to my piece. On a more philosophical level, it's about the things in the universe that exist but we'll never get to see, and that we can't perhaps even think about because it's so abstract and just something we've not experienced. I hope you enjoy listening.
Je m'appelle Christine Jeandroz, je suis française et j'ai composé ESI pour le concours 15 Minutes of Fame. C'est une musique que j'ai composée sur l'amour inconditionnel, car au mois d'août 2022, j'ai rencontré un homme qui m'a beaucoup inspirée. Et j'ai pensé, et si cette rencontre était différente des autres? Et si c'était possible de s'aimer vraiment? Et si la résilience était la solution pour un amour paisible? Et si s'aimer soi-même était le début de la solution? Et si tout était possible?
Hi, I'm Mike Coleman. When I was trying to come up with some ideas for Frantisek Brikcius' Call for Scores for the 15 Minutes of Fame project, really the only basic ideas I had was exploiting the timbral and expressive resources of the cello. And the other thing specifically that I know is I did start it at 6:32. Thank you, František, for creating this opportunity with 15 Minutes of Fame. And thank you, Rob, and everyone at Vox Novus for all you do for all your fellow musicians. It is very appreciated. I hope you enjoy the concert.
Wow, wasn't that great?
Certainly was.
Fantastic program.
Yeah, what a wonderful cellist. It was so great to have Frantisek. I know he couldn't be with us online today. I was like looking for him in the comments. He said he would chime in a little bit. Yes, if you're out there, Frantisek, please let us know. We'd love to say thank you. Let me also say thank you to Enro. I'm gonna put her on straight. Hi, Enro.
Hi guys.
Bravo. Yeah.
I love your pieces.
Great works. And I should, a great comment to make. Usually I make this at the end, but there is so much that goes into these productions, of which there's a lot going on in the background of what's going on. And Enro has been instrumental to saving this performance today. We've had some technical difficulties and so forth, but always good to have people in the background working hard. Meanwhile, hello, welcome everybody. thank you for joining us.
Thanks. Glad to be here.
Can we go through and just introduce ourselves? Maybe we'll start with Carol. If you could just say who you are and what you do and a little about your piece, I guess.
Okay. Sure. First of all, I want to congratulate František, the magnificent performer and great artist. I want to sincerely say to every single composer whose works were performed so beautifully, how impressed I am with quality. Can you hear me well, everybody? Can you hear me well? Not if you can. Okay. It's quite an impressive bunch of composers. I'm honored and proud to be here. I want to thank František for playing a piece that has literally, the theme has 6 notes, has haunted me. And I will give a little short story about it so that you understand the meaning of the title. Woods, haunted woods, or super hearing. When I was 13, I had been composing, actually inspired by family friend Leonard Bernstein, since I was 4 years old, and heard him conduct under the tutelage of Serge Koussevitzky. And I went home at 4 and started composing. So I love Michal. I love your talents and all the people of different ages here. They're so talented. At any rate, at 13, I began to study composition. I was near Tanglewood, where the Berkshire Music Festival is performed. And there's a wood around this wonderful music school, Marywood School of Music. It was a charming wood with fragrant pines. So one day, during the summer and my studies, with a teacher who was studying himself with Aaron Copland, I walked into the woods, and with my very ears, I heard ba da 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 da, and I thought, wow, where's that coming from? And I thought, well, one of the students, the cellist in my Marywood school, is playing here. I could not find one single cellist, not even a cello leaning against a tree. There was nothing there. And I pondered. I never forgot the theme. I didn't write it down, but it haunted me my whole life. So I have wondered, this was a creation by me that I heard with my ears. It doesn't happen very often. Happened one more time in my life when I was actually almost dying. And I heard angels singing in parallel major chords. I wrote a piece based on it. But I said, you're not talking for me now. But this was an experience, I tell you, that was mystical, magical. And I know that at that time I actually spontaneously must have created. There was no cello in the woods. So I decided to take those 6 notes with this great cellist that we have here and try to take the theme within 1 single minute to some kind of fruition. And I hope that you felt the magic. I love what he did, or whoever put together the woods behind him performing. Thank you so much. I am truly thrilled with the performance, the performer, the opportunity for all of us, and the quality of the works that we have heard today. Bless you all, and happy holidays to everyone.
Thank you so much, Carol. Yeah, it was a wonderful piece. I really enjoyed it a lot. I thought, all of that really just came through on the music and so forth. And Zoe, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and your work?
Yeah, sure. Well, I'm Zoe. Yeah, I'm from the UK. And yeah, I mean, it was great to listen to all these pieces. Bring them all to life. So often, all you ever get to hear as a composer is this realization that you've done, which is better than kind of 60 years ago when we didn't have these sampled orchestrations and stuff. But to hear it actually live by a proper player was amazing. Yeah, I've always loved the cello. I don't play it. I'm a saxophonist and clarinetist, but I've always loved the sound of the cello. I think it's so expressive. And one of the things I wanted to bring out of it was kind of that mix, a bit of harmony in there, the mix of the pizzicato and the bowing at the same time. And just that challenge, as Carl was saying, about in a minute to kind of fit everything. Because it's easy to kind of go, yeah, I can write something that's a minute long. That's really easy. But it's quite difficult to write something that's complete in a minute and not just a fragment of something. So, yeah, I mean, the idea was it kind of took shape. And to me, the picture I had afterwards was, yeah, this kind of like slumber followed by a bit of momentum that was speeding up. So like a dream that was kind of developing and back into slumber. And then kind of bit of movement back into dream again, and then finally kind of back to that restful sleep again. So yeah, that's me.
Yeah, it sounds wonderful, and I agree with you wholeheartedly. It's been a great set of 15. I know I was speaking with Frantisek a little bit about the pieces of which you chose. It's always difficult. So we got almost 200 submissions for this call.
That's incredible.
Yeah, and it's really difficult to pick 15. He was telling me how many works he received that were just really, 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 really awesome. And so in part of the process in selecting these pieces is all kind of the story that's being told and the narration and like you said, it's difficult to be able to take 60 seconds and have that complete arc and complete story and it not being just a fragment of something else, right?
Yeah, it certainly is. Yeah. I want to say though, Michael, I thought your Elephant and the Fly was amazing. I could hear the fly and I could hear the elephant stomping around and I thought it was wonderful.
Thanks.
Yeah, Michael, thank you. Thank you for being with us here today. Why don't you tell everybody how old you are and where you're from?
I'm 12 years old. I had yesterday my birthday, actually.
Oh, happy birthday.
And I play the violin in the free time, and I also play the piano. And I've been studying composition since 2019. Just so it's a short time, but you can make a lot of progress in it. I can tell.
I think so. I think you're doing great so far. I really enjoyed your work a lot. It was just a pleasure to listen to it. When you applied for this, did you have any thoughts in mind, why 15 Minutes of Fame? Were you just applying anywhere, or did this attract you in a way?
I chose this when I was looking at some pages with my teacher. Then we found this competition, so I decided it was a good idea because I know the string instruments a lot. So I decided to try it.
Great job. And do you want to tell us a little bit about the piece, or?
Yeah, the piece is about a mother and a baby elephant, and they are on their way home, but the fly is disturbing them. So this is for the whole time, but in the middle you can see the baby, because these are the little tones, and the big ones, like the chords, are the mother.
Excellent. That sounds wonderful. And talking about little babies coming to interrupt things, maybe we can say hello to Mike Coleman over here, who got interrupted by Spider-Man in his intro. Hi, Mike. How are you?
How are you doing?
Doing good.
Yeah, that's our granddaughter Dorothy, and her father Zach just texted me. He said, yeah, she's relentless.
So, Mike, why don't you tell us a little bit about you and your piece?
I teach theory at Pensacola State College and University of West Florida. We're in Pensacola, and my wife is Kadisha Olubayeva. She's commenting in the chat. She's a Steinway artist and a composer herself, so she gets first dibs on the Steinway here at the house. She'll be playing the Bartok Concerto, then I'll sneak in there and try to play Misty. So that's how we work things out. And the piece, I wish I could say more. It's well, for lack of a better word, it's just absolute music. And I really was just trying to come up with an idea to mix some of the tone color possibilities of the cello with some expressive ideas. And just kind of, there was no, I wish I had a interesting elephant and flea story or fly story. That was really descriptive, Michael. Yeah, you can see it, you can image that. That was great. And but yeah, that's really what my piece was. And I want to congratulate all the composers here. Really great works. And František, incredible performance. I mean, this really knocked out performance. The sound and the expressive and also other effects that he got, and the video is just really a great concept. You know, I was texting Kadisha back and forth. Really liked that was great.
Yeah, I thought Frantisek's performance was just like amazing and beautiful. And it's so funny, you know, and expressive, you know, as we, I was talking to him and he was talking about getting like all these stories and stuff together. But you know, you don't want a program of one tone color, right? And you know, Michael, I've heard a few of your pieces through 15 Minutes of Fame, and I sort of love the atmosphere and the expressiveness that you create with the instruments without telling the story, right? I mean, that's like you said, kind of pure music.
Yeah, you can create your own story, I guess. Yeah.
Sure.
Good.
You know, or just listen, right?
Yeah, kick back and listen.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. Thanks.
Fabulous, everyone. Well, I want to thank you so much for being a part of this 15 Minutes of Fame. We're hoping to have a few more performances, maybe in 2023. We'll see. You know, it's great when one of the great things that I love about these 1-minute works that are written for a particular musician is that when they go elsewhere, it's really easy for them to program, you know, as an encore or an interlude or something like that. So hopefully something like that will happen in the next year or so. We'll see. I know Frantisek was teasing a little bit of that to me. And hopefully for all those, so we, 190 composers, there's a lot of people that don't get selected, and we're really, it's a hard thing for both me and the musicians, but we're hoping that maybe we'll be able to do a second set of 15. So stay tuned for that, May and June, we're hoping to do that. And, does anybody want to say anything else or make a comment or, shout out to your friends and family?
Yes. This is a time in the world where music is more needed than ever. Connection. Where did I go? Here I am. We need each other. We need to reach out. And music, is there any language among all languages of the world that communicate to everyone, anywhere, of any language, of any culture, of any persuasion? You know, it speaks to the heart, it engages the mind, it unites us, and we need. I want to thank you, Robert, for this whole venture. I especially am honored by the quality of our great cellist today, František. I hope I pronounced your last name, Brikcius, correctly. And every single composer should be very, very proud today. We have connection, music, and affection are needed in the world today. And I'm so glad and proud to be part of this. Thank you, everyone. Continue to put it forth into the world. It's hungry for what we can do. A minute or longer.
Well, thank you, Carol. And there's Frantisek. He's there listening online. So everybody, let's say thank you, Frantisek. Beautiful performance.
Frantisek.
Yeah, thank you.
Really awesome.
Fantastic.
Thank you so much. And with that said, everybody, I'm looking forward to seeing you again on a future 15 Minutes of Fame. There's a lot of calls that are out there, and you know that we have a deadline. We have 2 this month. One for clarinet and/or singer, which would be like awesome, and another one for accordion. The one for accordion, I recommend everybody to go in and throw a piece in for that if you can. And yeah, and you know, if hopefully I'll see you sooner rather than later. And I want to thank you again all for being a part of this show.
Thank you, Rob. Thanks. Thanks for all you do.
Great. And yeah, and so yeah, Vox Novus puts together these shows on a regular basis. You know, we have another one that's going to be, I think our next show is coming up in January, if I remember correctly. And we also have other concert series. One is Composer's Voice, of which we do also on the first Saturday of every month, that you can see. You know, usually we've been streaming on YouTube, but it's through TV cable access here in Manhattan. We've been doing that through the Manhattan Neighborhood Network. We just had a show previous to this one, a little double header today. So it should be streaming up on YouTube. You check out the Vox Novus channel. And as always, like and subscribe. You know that you know, your support always helps both the Vox Novus and the new music community, and just trying to get the composers and the music's you know, we're just looking to get heard. Again, thank you again. My name's Robert Voisey, and I look forward to seeing you in the future. Talk to you soon.